Good morning. Welcome to Enlightened Heart-Soul Connection. I'm Naoma. Today is Sunday, August the 3rd. And we are 5 days from Lionsgate, and the energy has been wicked crazy the last couple of days. It's been a torrential outpouring of emotions that need to be cleared, and this is coming on the heels of all kinds of weather pattern changes and everything as we move through the month of August. First it was too hot, and then we finally got a break in the heat yesterday, which has been nice. My cats are starting to come home. They've been gone for the last 12 weeks because of the puppies, but I kind of want to just take a look at the Akashic Records and see what does the collective need to know right now. You've been asked to make a choice that you've been struggling with. It's time to decide which path you're going to take. Listen to your intuition. Eliminate everyone else's input and feel your way into the choice that is right for you. The time is now. Okay. It looks like there's a choice for the collective to make. Let's pull one more card. Resolution. Whatever it is that you've been struggling with is about to be resolved. Remember that resolutions don't always happen in the way we want or hope, but being able to move forward and start fresh always brings relief. All right, there's a choice that you're going to have to make that is going to bring a resolution to a problem. Let me pull some tarot. Hold on one moment while I pull out my deck. Forgiveness is the underlying energy from the Akashic Record. Forgiveness says withholding forgiveness only hurts you and prolongs the pain. It's time to forgive someone, or maybe even yourself, so you can stay on the path of your highest potential. And there's something that I want to say about forgiveness, is I just literally had this conversation last night. I didn't sleep. I was in the middle of conflict resolution myself. Forgiveness is not for the other person. Forgiveness is for you. Forgiveness is about forgiving yourself for allowing boundaries to be crossed. Forgive yourself so that way you can move on. And forgiveness doesn't mean complacency. Forgiveness just means that you're you're giving yourself grace for whatever the situation was that set you off in the first place. You're not forgiving the other person, you're forgiving yourself. But when you forgive yourself, that's when you can see the truth and what the actual problem was. So let's pull some tarot. I want to know about choice. Wow, that was fast. We've got the Six of Pentacles. Something about reciprocity. Give me another one, please. The Queen of Wands. All right, tell me about resolution. The Nine of Cups. Okay, one more. Okay, 3 cards. The Chariot, the Page of Cups, the 2 of Swords, and at the bottom of the deck here is the 7 of Cups. All right. The 6 of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, the 9 of Cups, the Page of Cups, the Chariot, and the 2 of Swords. So the 2 of Swords, that's your choice. 7 of Cups. The illusions, the distractions. Oh God, and the Devil. And the 6 of Swords. Okay. All right, so at the bottom of the deck is the 7 of Cups and the Devil. Illusions, choices, distractions. The 6 of Swords is about moving away from it. The Chariot, more movement. Okay, hold on one moment. All right, so let's break this down. The 6 of Spheres, that's the 6 of Pentacles. That is about sacred giving and receiving. And the Queen of Wands, she doesn't chase. She doesn't run. She just magnetizes. So the choice that you have taken, the choice that you have made is to the choice that needs to be made is who or what you give your power to. Resolution only comes through opening your heart. Page of Cups. This is childlike, young energy. This is open-hearted energy. It can be naive, but this is about opening your heart. And with the 9 of Cups, that's wish fulfillment. The Chariot is your willpower and your sovereignty to move forward and keep the momentum going. But the 2 of Swords is like a stalemate, right? Like a stagnation, a moment of uncertainty. The fresh start is the Page of Cups. The wish fulfillment is choosing who and what you give your energy to with clarity. Because at the bottom of the deck is the 6 of Swords. That's being so clear-minded that you are able to move. The Devil is about our shadow. And the 7 of Cups, that's the 7 of Cups with the Devil. That's our insecurities, codependency, addiction, validation seeking. And the 6 of Swords is having enough clarity to move on away from it. And I think that's what the collective is doing right now. They are moving away from the uncertainty, recognizing their magnetism. Having a heart so wide open. What's the next card? The 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Spheres. Independence. Let's get another deck out. Alright, so I was going to pull some cards from the Seed and Sickle Oracle, but I was told to pull out the Seeker Oracle for some clarity on this. So can you tell me a little bit more, Spirit, about the choice the collective has to make? It is time. Clearly, it is time to make a choice. Tell me some more. Really? Let me just shuffle this one more time. Is it just time to make a choice? Listen. It's time to listen. Okay. It's time to listen. Hush, listen. Get quiet. Get quiet to hear it. Get quiet to hear it. Why do I feel like this resolution and choice has something to do with forgiving somebody? Can you please tell me some more about forgiveness? Balance your energy. An unorthodox approach. All right, tell me a little bit about the resolution, please. Grow together. Is there an issue with a partner, maybe, for the collective, or friendship? A relation? There's definitely a relationship. Grow together. One more. Heed the vibes. Hold, please. Collective already knows what the choice is. Divine timing is at play here. You already know what the choice is. It's a matter of trusting your intuition enough to recognize when the time is right to make the choice. Listening to your body, listening to the way that you feel, your emotions, what gets stirred up in the heat of the moment, or even in, because we've got the card hush, listen, trusting your body in the quietness of pure presence. So the spiritual path is all about becoming so aware of yourself that you are living in the present moment, right? The past no longer exists. The past is done. The future doesn't exist yet. The only thing that exists now is the now. And the choices that we make in the present affect our future. So last night, I've been having some issues with my partner. I accepted a long time ago that he's a drug addict and that he may never get clean. Though I pray for him to get clean all the time. I lay in bed by myself at night and cry myself to sleep. I haven't even slept at all yet since yesterday. In fact, I'm probably going to finish up this reading and I'm going to probably go take a nap. Yesterday I created a playlist because I was getting a transmission from his higher self I was getting a telepathic message through music. So I created a playlist yesterday and I sent it to him because his spirit team wanted him to hear it. And instead of listening to that playlist, he sent me a text and was like, are you ready to sit down and make a game plan on what I can do to help myself? Because I'm ready to sit down. Well, then he got home from work and he immediately went over to his mom's and disassociated from his house. It's very unorthodox of me to just sit back and allow him to continue to drain my energy. Well, no, he's not even draining my energy. I'm allowing that to happen. But just, it's unorthodox to just accept your partner for who they are, honestly. Honestly. And he's not understanding that that's what it is. I need complete and total transparency. In order for me to be able to balance my energy, I need to have transparency. I need him to tell me where he's going. And this isn't even about control for me. This is about what I need to keep my nervous system regulated. Whoa. Alright, so I'm looking at the card Willow, and I'm also seeing a knot. So they want me to talk about entanglement and this card Grow Together. Also, I'm seeing my birth date in this card, and if I feel like it, I will take pictures of all the cards and I will post them. But it's an infinity knot, and then the number of the card is 23. I see my birthday. It's 8/23. And then I see the card Grow Together. And I'm seeing this, and it's quantum entanglement. It's a karmic loop. Someone here stuck in a very similar situation to what I'm stuck in. We have a choice. We have to make the choice to forgive. Make the choice to forgive. That's the resolution. We have to understand that spirit likes surprises. Asphodel. Alright, let's take a look at what the book says about these two cards. Willow and Asphodel. Dusk, okay. Let's look at Willow. That's number 23. Alright, okay. Asphodel. In Corsica, where asphodel grows prolifically, a person who has been gone from their homeland for a long time is said to have forgotten the asphodel. Lately, it's felt as though you're nostalgic for something long past, maybe an absent friend, an old place you used to go, or a food you haven't eaten in a while. Reaching out to that friend or recreating that time or place or visiting it if you can. It is exactly what you need to uplift your spirits. And Willow. Jesus, I can't even find it. Oh my gosh, it's like really not in here. Hold on. Okay, so this is crazy to me. Willow says the Innu people of Japan believe that the human backbone was originally formed from the bending length of a willow branch. So my spiritual lineage comes from the Innu people. That's where my dragon lineage comes from. There's something human about the stooping form of a willow tree, like a person in mourning, yet no matter how hard the winds blow, it simply bends and doesn't let itself to be broken. Even when the river wears away at its bank, the willow's roots remain deep and steady. Within the willow, we learn to grow through adversity, hold on until the storm has passed. And then there's a longing to reconnect, a strength, a longing to reconnect, but there's change. One more. Okay, and Bramble. Bramble's 44. That's foundation building. That's the red string. Quantum entanglement. Okay, so whoever this collective is entangled with, you have to understand quantum mechanics and the law of entanglement. Every single one of our consciousnesses is a quantum realm in itself. We contain within our body our own little quantum universe, and each one of those quantum realms is connected to somebody else's quantum realm. And we become entangled with people by sharing our energy. And that can be done through physical touch and intimacy. It can be done, well, it is done through intimacy, and that could be sex. It could be just, spending extra time with our friends. But when we begin to share our energy with people, that entanglement becomes very hard to break away from. And just like the roots of the willow tree, I mean, the relationship dynamics within the quantum realm is deep. But it's not forever. It doesn't have to be forever. We get to choose. I feel like this is somebody in the collective who needs to make the choice to forgive and create a conflict resolution. Just forgive. It doesn't matter who's wrong or right. The card Grow Together has me feeling like the collective that I'm reading for has reached a level of self-awareness that maybe is beyond the person that they're dealing with. That doesn't mean that they're any better than the person that they're dealing with, but I feel like with I want to pull an energy oracle. I feel like the forgiveness card is pointing out that, you guys are both still human. And we make mistakes because we're human. And nobody is perfect. And you're no better than me, and I'm no better than you, and nobody's any better than anybody else. Some people have more wisdom than others. And sometimes the person with the wisdom is read inappropriately by the other party. With the Six of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands, it kind of makes me think, like, choose your battles wisely. You're not going to be able to move on from this if you don't relax. Fifth chakra, throat chakra, Archangel Gabriel, the messenger, and storm warning. So something about the throat chakra and goddess of the moon and Cornucopia. Goddess of the moon. Oh, well, there's your Nine of Cups. Almost the Ten of Cups. Storm warning. Alright, let's get into this. There's something here, even with the Two of Swords. There's something here about collective needing to speak up. We've got 10 and 11, so there's a progression here. You're going to go through the storm, but at the other end of the storm with resolution will be Cornucopia. This is the abundance, the light at the end of the tunnel, and everything that you want. Goddess of the moon. I want to read about that card because I haven't seen that one come out yet, but that's making me feel like the illusions, the Seven of Cups with the devil, the illusions, the addictions, the self-sacrificing, all of that is hidden right now. But on the other side of that is the Cornucopia card. 52. This card shows an eternal spirit holding the bright reflective moon and standing in front of the crystal clear waters of a sparkling waterfall. Her arms are stretched upward, receiving the light of the moon, the light of inspiration. Okay, yeah, so this is all about inspiration. Intuition. You already know. You already know that if you don't use your voice, this storm is going to continue to go on. In order for there to be conflict resolution, you have to make the choice to forgive. Give me a final message, please, for the collective, because we're just repeating ourselves. Thank you. Four of Swords, time to get rest. 10 of Water, the Initiate of Fire. So the Page of Wands. This is your initiation. Are you going to make the choice to forgive, or are you going to continue to repeat the same fucking pattern? You need to get rest. You need to get clarity. You need to have alone time, but yeah, the Nine of Fire and the Chariot at the bottom of the deck. Never surrender. Never give up. But I'm looking at this Nine of Fire. This is the Wounded Warrior card. This is like waving your white flag and surrender to spirit. Like, hey, look, I give up. The Chariot, once again, is telling me divine timing is at play, but this card says balance. Balance your energy. Sleep when you need to sleep. Be awake when you need to be awake. The Ten of Cups is just on the other side. The Ten of Cups with the Cornucopia card is just on the other side of this storm, and you got to choose forgiveness. So let's pull an intuitive whisper. I'll give you some advice for today. Let's see what we can do here. All right. What's the collective need to know about this conflict resolution that's got to happen with forgiveness? One final piece of advice for the collective this morning so I can send them on their way into the rest of the week. This card's standing out. I've got, okay, emotions are energy in motion. It's 9. You're almost at the end of this cycle. I'm seeing the staff of Ephesus, the medical staff. 2 snakes winding up the staff, and at the top of the staff is angel wings. It's surrounded by a circle. So, your advice for today: trust your emotions. They're never going to lead you wrong. Our bodies are so fine-tuned to the energies in the world that also 188, 188, 188, 88, bottom of the deck. Listen from the heart. This is cosmic heart energy. Emotions are energy in motion. Healing. We can only heal when we begin to feel. We have to actually feel our emotions. We can't just react. We have to start feeling our emotions and responding to the situations appropriately. Speak what you feel. Don't react what you feel. And listen from the heart being the underlying energy at the bottom of this deck. Like, let your heart open up. Page of Cups. Let your heart open up and listen to what your heart has to say. I spent 4 hours crying this morning. I never got to sleep. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how angry at this man I get, because I have chosen to love everyone, because love is a choice. But love is also the fabric that holds the universe together. I've chosen to love this man. That means no matter how angry he gets, no matter what, I am dedicated to his awakening. And it's going to be hard, and it's going to be, you know, that 9 of fire energy. It's going to be the wounded warrior, and you're going to want to give up, and you're going to want to surrender. But just on the other side of this storm is your wishes fulfilled and the abundance that you've been seeking. And with that, collective, I'm going to let this go. I love you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you on the next one. Thanks. Bye.